Good morning. This is CH Kirti from ITA section. Today, I'm going to discuss a topic from energy from waste, that is recycling e-waste. The sky is the limit is my topic for today. So we'll discuss what e-waste is briefly and how we have to recycle the e-waste, and how we reuse it briefly in this video. So, what actually the e-waste is, that can be defined as the computers or office electronic equipment, entertainment devices, and many other electronic devices, such as which are unwanted, broken, or discarded by the owners. Original users are known as the e-waste or electronic waste. Electronic waste is can also be referred as refers to all the items of the electrically and electronical equipment, that is EEE, and its parts that have been discarded by its owners as the waste, as well without the intent of the reuse. And it includes wide range of the products, such as temperature equipment, screens, lamps, large equipment, and small equipment, and small IT equipments. So what's so much about this e-waste is that an estimation about 15 million tons of the e-waste is are produced every year. The US also discards that 30 million computers each year, and 100 million phones are disposed in Europe each year. The Protection Agency, that is EPA, estimates that only 15 to 20% of the e-waste is recycled, and the rest of the electronical waste goes directly into the landfills or incinerators. E-waste contains several toxic substances and chemicals, many of which are toxic and likely to create adverse impact on the environment and health if not handled properly. However, classification of the e-waste has hazardous or otherwise, it creates an impact. That impact will shall depend on the extent of the presence of the hazardous constituents in it. So overall, the world generates about up to 40 million tons of the PCs, cathode ray tubes, CRT screens, fax machines, game consoles, mobile phones, and other etc. devices. Uh, it produces e-waste every year. Barely 20% of 20% of the highly toxic waste is properly disposed and recycled. Some of the e-waste is stripped and precious metals and unusable components are dumped in the landfills. So this causes soil pollution and water pollution. Precious water resources are spoiled. Unregulated e-waste trade affects a growing section of population, such as China, one of the largest processors of the e-waste, has exported jewelry containing toxic lead from the e-waste. But public pressure to recycle e-waste is having a major impact, and the e-waste recycling is one of the fastest growing industries in the world now. So, what are the sources of the e-waste? Global e-waste generation. The consumption of the triple E, that is electrical and electronical equipment, is in general has shown rapid growth over the period of 2000 to 2016. Emerging economies with low purchasing power parity, that is PPP, have shown the fastest annual growth rates in triple E consumption. Just majorly, the sources of the e-waste are from home, hospital, government, and private sectors. Basically, from homes, we do get e-waste in kind of PCs, televisions, CD players, fans, electronic iron, cell phones, etc., or washing machine sometimes. Whereas from hospitals, we do get electronic waste such as ECG devices, microscopes, incubators, etc. Whereas in where government section, we do get e-waste in such as scanners, fans, tube lights, air conditions, fax machines, etc. Private sectors, from private sectors, we do get e-waste in such form like PCs, boilers, mixers, signal generators, incubators. In those forms, we do get e-waste from these four source of e-waste. that is home, hospitals, and governments and private sectors. So how these become e-waste? So the major, there are few reasons. There are advancement in the technology, changes in the style and fashion status, nearing the end of their useful life, and not taking precautions while handling them. So e-waste, how e-waste disposal can be done is through landfill disposal allows heavy metals to leach into the underground water. Incarnation makes hazardous material airborne. That is due to the method called landfill disposal, heavy metals leach into the groundwater that can pollute the groundwater. And one more, incineration makes the hazardous material airborne. Airborne, like it makes the poisonous toxic material to the open that can pollute the air. Acid baths are dangerous and causes water and soil contamination. Exported materials are handled improperly. Most e-waste goes to the China, India, and Africa. Workers are untrained and uneducated in safe handling of the electronic waste, and no environment protection laws are disposed. So methods of treatment and disposal are landfill, incineration, pyrolysis, recycle, and reuse. In this module, we see recycle and reuse, as my topic is recycling the e-waste. Existing e-waste management practices in India are plastic waste, printed circuit board waste, and then miscellaneous waste and liquid waste. So majorly from plastic waste, products made from the plastic such as keyboard casing, front of rail panel, miscellaneous parts engaged in plastic management practice are shredding and melting. Whereas in printed circuit board waste, these are the existing e-waste management practices. So whereas in printed circuit board waste, these waste used in electronic parts such as motherboards, TV, internal circuits, etc. They are called printed circuit board waste. Which the managed practices are desoldering or open and burning to remove the metals. Miscellaneous waste are from chips, electronic wires, broken glass waste, copper containing waste. Management practices which are applied into this are chemical stripping and opening burning. And some of the waste is mixed with the municipal solid waste. The last one is liquid waste. It contains so the waste which contains the internal chemicals and general waste and acid stripping waste. The management practice which is used in this is REACH system. So the recycling of the e-waste is that there are three ways: dismantling, upgrading, and material recovery. Whereas in disassembly or dismantling is a systematic removal of the components, parts, and group of the parts are group of parts or sub-assembly from a product, which is an e-waste. And the second one is upgrading, which includes the commuting and separation of the materials using mechanical, physical, or metallurgical processing. Methods to recover materials include incineration and refining. And third one is materials recovery. The materials are recovered by recycling facilities like plastic, glass, metals, and can be covered by sorting them before mixing with the other waste. Advantages of recycling e-waste is that asset recovery, reduction of the need of the landfills, reduction of the need for the landfills, reduction of junks and clutters, recycle and reuse, creation of the jobs. So what can be in reuse of e-waste? So basically, reuse the environmentally preferable option for managing older electronic equipment by extending the useful life of the old products. Reuse conserves the energy and raw materials needed to manufacture new products, and doing so reduces the pollution. Here, reuse allows gives people who cannot afford new products access to electronic equipment at reduced or low at low cost. Almost all the domestic and part of imported e-waste are reused in the following ways called direct second-hand use or use after repair or slight modification, or using some of the parts like monitor cabinet and main board for making new appliances. So we saw your EPA somewhere in the video in the beginning. So briefly, what EPA do is they protect people and environment from the significant health risk and sponsors and conducts research and develops and enforces environment regulations. List of the EPS in worldwide are at system governments, global environment facility, intergovernmental panel on climate change, United Nations Environment Program, World Nature Organization, Worldwide Fund for the Nature. And the list of the EPI in India are Central Pollution Control Board, which deals with the pollution, which controls which researches and controls the pollution which affects the environment, Gujarat Pollution Control Board, and the third one is Ministry of the Environment Forest, and the fourth one is Andhra Pradesh Pollution Control Board. And so basically EVS is to continue to grow in the future. Therefore, it is important to soundly and sustainable manage in this waste stream. You cannot manage and monitor what you don't need for data and statistics. Better data is an important step towards addressing the e-waste challenge. Statistics can help you to evaluate developments over time, set and assess targets, and identify best practices of policies. Sound management of the e-waste can contribute like minimizing e-waste generation, preventing illegal dumping and improper treatment of the e-waste, and promoting by recycling and recovery of the secondary raw materials, and creating jobs in refurbishment and recycling sector. So finally, the conclusion is as far as e-waste is concerned, it is emerged as one of the fastest growing waste streams worldwide today. Electronic equipment is one of the largest known sources of heavy metal without effective collection, reuse, and recycling systems. They will be dangerous to the environment. Reuse and recycling of electronic equipment is beneficial alternative than disposal. That's why I have discussed the reuse and recycling topic, recycling of the e-waste in this product design by using safe and environment friendly raw materials and emerging technologies, awareness of the e-waste, implementation of the legislation. Thank you.